Hi guys, welcome back. Today our learning target is going to be I can differentiate a chemical slash physical properties from changes. Alright, so that means we're going to be talking about chemical and physical properties and also chemical and physical changes. So we have this image. I want you to analyze, take a few minutes, take a minute or two, go ahead and analyze what's happening in this image. Um, do you think this process can be reversed? Why or why not? And then what properties do you think are being manipulated in this image? Physical or chemical? Explain your answer. All right, well, so we'll discuss this in a moment. Just think about it. You don't have to really write anything down. We'll talk about it during the live session. All right. So I've given you a text about physical and chemical changes and properties. I want you to go and take the next 68 minutes. Go ahead and read it. Make sure you're annotating as you're reading, and then instead of filling in the graphic organizer, I want you to answer the text related questions. Go ahead and pause this video right here and do your reading. So, if you're back, you've obviously read about physical and chemical properties and changes. So let's talk about it. So physical properties are properties used to observe and describe matter. Matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. So anything that is physical is anything you use, any physical property is something used to describe or observe an object. So I can say the cup is red, um, it is hollow, it is dense, it does not dissolve in water. Those are things that I'm using my five senses to describe an object, while physical change takes place without any changes in the molecular composition. Meaning, I am manipulating whatever the matter is. Let's say the matter is a piece of paper and I crumble it up, right? Once I crumble the paper up, is it still paper? Yes. But does it look different? Yes. So, physical change basically means us manipulating an object but not changing what it is. In terms of chemical properties, is the ability to undergo some chemical change or reaction by quality of its composition. Basically means it has the ability to do something. It has the ability to change. Anything that has ability in the end is mostly chemical property. So if it has the ability to react, that's a chemical property, right? Ability to catch on fire, that's a chemical property. Anything that has to do with a chemical or reaction, that is a chemical property. Now, chemical change alters the composition of the original matter, meaning that it's no longer what it was when we first started. So if I start out with a piece of paper, like in the last example, and instead of me crumpling it up, it catches on fire, and then I have ash when we're done, is this still paper? No. Because of the composition that made up paper are no longer available with the ash, right? I always like to think to myself, can I change it back? If I can change it back, it's a physical change. If I can't change it back, it's a chemical change. Anytime we produce something, anytime we have a reaction, we are going through a chemical change. So, I know we had one image in the beginning, and I want us to see, was that a physical or was that a chemical change? That image, tell me if that was physical or chemical, and yeah, and explain why. We'll talk about that during the live session. So let's try it out. So bread rising is a physical property. That would be false. False. Bread rising is not a physical property. It would be a chemical property because bread needs yeast to rise. So it has to go through a chemical reaction to absorb heat. Dicing potatoes is a physical Dicing potatoes is a physical change. Dicing potatoes is a physical change. Think about it. Think about it. Yes, dicing potatoes is a physical change because it's still potatoes when you started with and when you end up with. It's sunlight matter. This is something we're going to talk about tomorrow. And the mass of lead is a blank property. If I'm talking about mass, is that a chemical property or a physical property? If you said that is a physical property, you would be correct. Mass is used to describe lead, so it is a physical property. If we said the flammability of lead is a that would be a chemical property. Food for thought, and we'll discuss this during the live session. If a bike was left out in the rain, will it go through a chemical or physical change? And what properties will be affected? Let's talk about that during the live session today. I want you to think about it. A lot of us have had bikes that have been left out in the rain. A lot of us have seen bikes that have been left out in the rain. There's a lot of objects that have been left out of the rain. What kind of change does it go through? And what properties do you think are affected by it? All right, that was today's live session. Today's video. If you have any questions, please attend the live session where me and Mr. Shorts will most definitely help you. Go ahead and have a great day, guys.